Hi friends, and welcome to your yin class. Today for class, we'll just need a couple of props. A set of yoga blocks, or maybe a stack of books, nice thick books. Or, in lieu of either of those, you can take a regular sized towel, fold it in half, like a hamburger, I guess you could say. Toss it out in front of you, and then begin to roll it from the short side. Rolling, 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 nice and tight, to make a long burrito, like so. So, traditionally yin is about the softer side of yoga. It's as a Taoist, it used to be known as Taoist yoga, kind of created by the Chinese to work with different qi, the different meridians and energy lines of the body. Different to restorative in that we will be kind of holding some static postures for a while, but it's always wonderful to start out just kind of reclined and easing into this. Yin yoga traditionally is done cold, so the body is cold and going into these static stretches. So, with that being said, find your comfortable space, grab your blocks, a couple stacks of books, or this little rolled up towel, and meet me back here. Welcome back. So, we'll get started today. I'm scooching towards the front of our mat. And you can take the blocks or your little roll. I'll demonstrate for you first. So if you're on the roll, you'll place it in the middle of the mat. Back the tailbone up to just the base of your blanket or towel roll and just slowly lower down. What we're aiming here for is for the spine to feel supported by this little roll. And for the chest to be gently open, arms out to the sides. Legs can be wherever's comfortable, maybe staying with the feet down, or the legs long, or even a little reclined butterfly. To relieve, you'll slowly roll off to the side, or you can take your blocks or a stack of books. We'll take them into a T shape here, a capital T. And so the base of this T, this little T trunk, if you will support the upper spine. And this next one up here, the top of the T, the branches of the T tree, is for your head. So instead of backing up to it at the tailbone, you'll back up to it right at below the shoulder blades. So kind of like right where this top ends for me, or if you wear crop tops or bras or bathing suit tops, that's where it will be. So once you've got that little situated here, you can reach back to try and find the top of the T, the pillow, and sometimes turning it onto its second level here on its thin side, watching out for long hair if you have it, and placing it under the base of the skull. And just begin to invite in some stillness. If something needs adjusting, feel free to do so. And just come back to stillness. Then notice how you feel, how the mind feels, how the body feels, and how the heart feels. It is in this stillness when we step into the seat of the observer, the seat of the witness, we can find the present moment. And of course, so many thoughts will arise, maybe checking the to-do list. But here and now, all we need is just a little bit of quiet and stillness as we notice our feelings and thoughts of the body, the mind, the heart. If you and begin to notice the breath, just for its qualities without the need to manipulate it or change it. Notice it how it is right now. Maybe it feels shallow, deep, uneven, or even. Does the breath come in through the nose or through the mouth? When it enters the body, where does it land? Perhaps down in the depths of the belly, maybe even in the ribs, or just below the collarbones. Notice it as it is right now without the need to change or shape it. Now begin to invite the breath in through the nose if you haven't already, and if it's accessible for you today. Inhaling in through the nose, exhaling through the nose. We'll take a big inhale in through the nose. And then a long exhale out the nose. Let the breath here become even on the inhales and exhales. A sense of evenness without the need to count, just letting it be as it is. This idea, this rhythm, this feeling of even inhales and exhales. Allowing the belly to rise on the inhales and collapse and pull towards the back body on the exhales. This is even breath or samavriti breath. And if any thoughts come into your brain, just simply say, okay, no thanks. If you need to adjust, feel free to do so and come back to this stillness and this even breath. If it's helpful, you can even say inside your mind, I am inhaling, I am exhaling, or in, out. And we'll be here like this, connecting to our breath for just a couple more minutes. Even breaths in and out. About a few more seconds here in this stillness. When you're ready, carefully, maybe even grabbing the sides of the mat if you're on one, rolling over onto your favorite side to press yourself up. And slowly and mindfully moving your props off to the side. We will use them again, so don't let them go too far. So we'll find our way back onto our back body, perhaps holding the backs of the thighs. Reaching the hands far behind and the toes like into the front of you, like someone's stretching you, like a little Stretch Armstrong. And then relax. And from here, reach again, this time grabbing the left hand onto the right wrist. Cool. And we'll go ahead and kind of walk the feet over towards this left side, this left corner of the mat. Take your right foot and cross it over the left and kind of provide like a little hook here, hook them together. And then we'll slowly inchworm the top of our body and our hands over to the top right corner of the mat. I hope I said right side last time. Sometimes I get confused. So our feet and our hands are at the bottom and top corner of the right side of our mat. Beautiful. And from here, Banana Asana. Just finding a nice stretch through the right side body. I really feel like I've messed this up. Hold on. Let's start over. I don't have my right or left. I don't know what I just said, so let's play this game. And then finding our way onto our back body once again, perhaps grabbing the thighs and slowly lowering down. Big stretch of the arms overhead as the toes reach towards the base of the mat here. Just a nice big good morning stretch. And then relax. Reach the hands overhead once again. We'll take the left hand and grab the right wrist. Cool. Begin to walk both feet over towards the left bottom corner of your mat. Cross the right foot over the left and hook that right foot just under that left foot. Now we'll kind of squirm our upper body towards the top left corner of the mat. With this left hand, pull the right wrist over towards the left. What we're looking here is a little banana shape, a little banana asana. A nice opening for the right side body, nice and gentle. Breathing here where you land. Perhaps cultivating that even breath again. Samavriti breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Big inhale in. And an exhale out the mouth. And this time, big inhale in. And exhale like you're breathing through a straw. Exhale out the mouth. Little pinhole breath. Another inhale in. Exhale, pinhole breath. Try that again one more time. Nice big inhale in. Exhale, pinhole breath. Notice how long and slow this exhale is as the low belly gently collapses in towards the back body. Another inhale to come back through center and take it to the other side. So this time, right hand grabs left wrist. Both feet walk over towards that bottom right corner. Left foot crosses over right, maybe hooks under the right foot. And then we'll inchworm our upper body, at least just the arms and shoulders, over towards the top right corner of the mat. Find a little opening through the side body here on the left side. And just breathe. Perhaps bringing back that pinhole breath. A few more breaths here in this banana asana. Nice big inhale in. And we'll weasel our way back to a nice straight body. Arms reach overhead, maybe even interlacing the arms, flipping the palms so that they face the back of you. Maybe the toes flex at first, pulling towards the shins, and then point away. Big inhale in. And an exhale, release. Just taking a second here on the back body. Now, bend in through both knees and place both feet firmly onto the mat. Maybe a little walking of the heels close into the sits bones. A little brief pause. Remember when I said, take your prop off to the side? Well, my friend, I apologize for misleading you. We need to find it again. Luckily for me, it's within close reach. Take your little stack of books, or even your blanket roll. We'll set up here again, walking the heels towards the sits bones, placing your prop right about by the hip. Now from here, press down into the sits bone or into the heels to lift the sits bones just a little. Little gentle tuck of the tailbone here, maybe feeling the quads engage, a little bit of a squeezing of the glutes. And then set the hips back down. Nice little tuck here, pressing the low back into the mat. Have a big inhale in. And an exhale. Supported bridge. So, inhale, press down through the heels. Lift the glutes, squeezing them so the hips float off of the mat. Keep driving down through the heels and drawing the knees towards one another as you take your little proppy and slide it underneath the sacrum, relaxing it back down. Supported bridge. Taking any adjustments that you need before shifting back into stillness. Both feet can stay on the mat, maybe even alternating a straight leg or both legs long. Or even for a little bit more, you can draw one knee in towards chest. Either keep the other foot on the ground or extend the leg. You know, these are all just options for you. We'll be here for a couple of minutes. So connect back into the breath. letting the arms be wherever's comfortable, maybe overhead or out to the sides. Have a big inhale in. And an exhale out the mouth, long and slow. Press down through the heels. Begin to tuck the tailbone just a little bit here. A little squeeze of the glutes to lift the hips. And slide your little prop down or out of the way. And then we'll slowly lower the hips back down to the mat. Having a little moment here, feeling that difference now that the back is straight. Keep a little tuck of the tailbone. Tuck it a lot, almost like you could draw the tailbone up towards your chest. Still a nice little driving of the heels into the mat, a little squeeze of the glutes. And then from here, reverse that. Flick the tailbone, thinking like a little J-loop booty, creating a little arch in the back and the low back there. Then from here, we'll tuck the tailbone again. Maybe a little lift. And then arching again to press the tailbone into the mat. And one more here. A little tuck. And then returning back to neutral. Setting up for supine twist. Drive down through the heels, squeeze the glutes to lift the hips just a little, to hop them over towards the left side. Take the arms out into a T and send the knees over towards the right. You can keep the knees stacked. Maybe even put one of your props in between the knees. Or if you'd like to, extend the right leg long and keep that left knee bent. Right hand can find left knee. And just breathing here. Maybe returning back to that pinhole breath. Can you relax through the hips? Can you relax through the hips at the middle of your body? Can you relax them even more? Big inhale in. Nice long exhale out. On an inhale, return through center. Both feet plant on the mat. Aligning the shoulders, hips, and feet. Prepare for the other side. So a little gentle tuck of the tail. Press down through the heels. Squeeze the glutes to float the hips. Hop them to the right. And drop the knees to the left. Same options with the legs here. Left hand can grab right knee. And breathe where you land. If the mind wanders in these long holds, just return to the breath. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. These moments of stillness are yours. You deserve them. We have very busy lives. And we can leave that all at the door right now. And it's totally normal for your mind to be racing, thinking about all these different things, all these different connections. It's kind of like you'll be finding some stillness in your brain, and then your brain will go, ooh, jellyfish. And you say, ooh, jellyfish. And then you follow that jellyfish down, and then all of a sudden the jellyfish is eating a peanut butter sandwich, and it's been 20 minutes, and you don't even know what happened. So once the thoughts start moving around, acknowledge them and say, all right, no thanks. Not right now. Let them pass on. It's a constant, okay, no thanks. See you later. Big inhale in. And a nice long exhale. From here, we'll just continue to roll onto the right side. Place the left hand onto the mat. Press yourself up into a comfortable seat, facing the long edge of your mat. So maybe, once again, moving slowly, moving mindfully. Here at the middle of my mat, setting up for Janu Shirshasana. So I'll extend the left leg long, and this right foot can come in towards the groin, kind of on the inside of this thigh. And it can be anywhere. If this seems too much, stick it out a little bit more. Whatever's best for you. From here, grounding through our little sits bones, finding a nice tall spine. Inhale, both arms reach up. And exhale, as we corkscrew the torso to be over this left leg. So I'll adjust here a little bit. That's totally fine. Another big inhale for length. And an exhale, find a little bit of a fold here. And so normally with yin yoga, it asks you to find your edge. Listen, you can find your edge in this stretch if you'd like. But might I suggest starting out with about 30 to 50% of what you could do and seeing how much the breath can get you into a deeper position. And mind you, this left side is my more flexible side. So my range of motion here is a little bit more forgiving than the right side. Inviting back that pinhole breath. You might hear certain instructors cue, no, round through the back. Well, that's okay here. You can lead with the chest if you'd like. So this nice lengthening here, kind of lifting out of the pelvic bowl, almost like I could reach my chin to my toe. Or if you find some rounding here, you might even find more of a stretch up higher in the back. Both are fine. It kind of really depends on if I was trying to set you up to get somewhere specific, but in this, we're just holding and breathing. A little micro bend of this knee is wonderful, or even a big bend. You do you. If you're like, hey, I'd like more, if you're like a flexible fanny, flexible franny, that might be better. jokes. You can try pressing your heel away from yourself and drawing these toes towards the shin. And even almost dragging this whole leg back into the hip socket for a little bit more activation. And especially too if you're a hypermobile friend, a hypermobile Harriet. Give yourself a little bit more activation, a little bit of a way to pull out of this, instead of kind of dumping into your natural range of motion. Our hypermobile friends really benefit from strengthening these areas around the joints to keep their joints healthy. Another big inhale in. And an exhale out the mouth. Ooh, maybe sink a little bit deeper. Another big inhale in. And exhale out the mouth, maybe sinking just a little bit deeper. On an inhale, slowly rising back up, maybe palming your way up through center. From here, take your hands to the back of your body. And take both legs out. Give them a little shimmy shake. Beep, 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 beep. Setting up for Janu Shirshasana on the other side. Right leg goes out. Left foot comes in. Janu means knee. Shirsha means head. Asana means posture. Head to knee pose. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, corkscrew over towards the right. Another big inhale for length. And this time, try something different. Maybe you just round over, or you lead with the chest. I don't know, it could be fun. And exhale, fold. Ooh, yes. Starting out with about 30 to 50% of what you could do. Coming back to that pinhole breath. Inhales, creating space. And exhales, cozying into that space that you created. Remember, for more, you can always draw these toes towards the shin, kind of pressing out through the heel. Ooh. Nice big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth, maybe sink a little deeper. Big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth, maybe sinking just a little deeper. One more like that, big inhale in. Nice long exhale. Inhaling, walking both hands back towards the lap. Taking both hands behind you just to extend this left leg long. And give the legs a little shimmy shake, maybe the knees a little bouncy bounce. Great. And from here, transitioning to face the front of the mat. Maybe crossing the legs, coming over the knees. Starting from like a little tabletop position, tucking the toes, stepping both feet towards the hands, and then coming down into a squat. So this is a wide little stance here, about hips width distance. My heels are coming in, my toes are coming out. If this is too much, grab that block or whatever you got and stick it under the sits bones. Taking the elbows to the insides of the thighs. Make a fist with one of your hands and clasp, kind of like rock, paper, scissors, the paper's covering the rock. Place the elbows back at the knees. And press the knees into the elbows, elbows into the knees. We'll be here for 5 rounds of breath. Malasana, yogi squat. And from here, take the hands, maybe a little roll of the wrists. Place the palms onto the earth. Now, with contact of the entirety of the foot, really press down through this big toe mound. Have a big inhale in. And exhale, press down through the hands. And we're going to drive down through the feet, lifting the hips up into like a little forward fold. Maybe coming up onto tented fingertips, keeping whatever size bend in the knees you like. And we'll send the hips back down low to the ground. And then lift them back up again. Into a fold. And then one more little malasana squat. And then slowly pressing back up into a forward fold. Toes can stay diagonal, or they can rotate, little pivot to face the front of the mat, so that the feet are parallel with the long edges of the mat. Big bend into the knees here. And then we'll just have ourselves a little dangle. So generous bend in the knees. Send the weight towards the heels, trying to keep the hips stacked over the ankles here. Then we'll grab for opposite arms, opposite elbows, stacking the forearms like fire logs in ragdoll or dangle. And thinking about this upper part of our body, kind of like an anchor, with the ship being the lower half of our body from hips to heels, kind of growing out of this pelvic bowl, allowing the weight of our arms and head to kind of surrender to gravity and pull down. It's this idea of pulling, not actually pulling, just being gentle here. Remember, big bend in the knees, whatever you'd like. You can even kind of sway side to side. If you'd like a little bit of movement, that might not be a yin thing. This might be a little bit more restorative with this dynamic movement here, but hey, you do you, man. And connecting back to the breath. Feeling this compressive quality of the torso against the thighs. Allowing the belly to press on the thighs on the inhale. Another big breath in. And exhale out the mouth. One more big belly breath in. And exhale out the mouth. Release the bind to the arms, halfway lift. Maybe finding little tented fingertips. Knees go straight-ish. Or even hands pressing on shins to send the head in the opposite direction of the tailbone. Big inhale. And an exhale to fold. Let's do another one like that. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, this time to stand, drive down through the heels, slowly rolling up. Arms reach up, look up, big stretch. Let the shoulders come up towards the ears. And exhale, palms down at the sides. Little moment here in Tadasana, mountain pose. Maybe the eyes are open or closed. Take the shoulders up towards the ears, big squeeze. And exhale, drop them down. Maybe a little roll of the neck. That feels nice. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And exhale, take the hands to the hips. With the 4 fingers right at this bony point of the hips, like you could slide them into your back pockets. Thumb is kind of on the lateral aspect of the hip. Big inhale in. Maybe chest lifts forward. And exhale, press into the hands. Kind of hinge at the hips here. And find a forward fold once again. Just to plant the hands. And shift the weight into the left foot. Step the right foot far back. Drop the right knee, option here to do so. And squeegee this left foot to the long side of the left side of your mat. Setting up for a little low lizard. Let the hips be heavy. You can come down to forearms. Even grab your stack of books or a block if you had it and place them under the hands or forearms. Option here to roll to the pinky side edge of the left foot, giving yourself a little bit more space. And breathing here. You, of course, could tuck the right toes and lift the right knee. Eventually here, as you coax yourself into this position. Big inhale in. Long, slow exhale. One more. Big inhale in. Long, slow exhale. From here, placing the hands under the shoulders. Nice little tuck of the right toes to lift the right knee. Maybe begin to shift forward as you hop the right foot. To eventually meet the left. Give both legs a little shimmy shake here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Shift the weight to the right foot. So you step the left foot far, far, far back. Option to drop the left knee and untuck the left toes if you'd like. And squeegee this right foot towards the right long edge of the mat. Finding low lizard on this side. Another option to roll to that pinky side edge of the right foot. And breathing here. Fighting back that pinhole breath. Letting the hips be heavy. Big inhale in. Long, slow exhale. One more. Big inhale in. Long, slow exhale. Inhale, returning back to wrists under shoulders. Tuck the left toes and lift the left knee if it isn't already. Then maybe lift the hips to kind of help, hop the left foot back towards the right. A little shimmy shake of the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands and find child's pose. So, two options here. Knees can be wide to the long edges of the mat so that the torso can spill in between. Or bringing the knees close together so it's like a little pillow for your torso. You even have the option to open the palms up towards the sky. And just reclining down here, maybe forehead touches. If the nose is in the way, roll more to the hairline of the head. Or even place the forearms down, kind of like this, so that the chest is lifted a little. Breathing here. I'm just keeping my head up so that I don't crunch this mic more than I may have already today. Fingers reach towards the top of the mat. As the front of the heart melts towards the mat, the back of the heart gently puffs towards the sky on the inhales and slowly releases down to the mat on the exhales. And checking back in with how you feel. How does the body feel? How does the mind feel? And how does the heart feel? Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Another one, big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth, melt. Inhale, press down through the hands. Kind of lift the chest a little. Place the elbows onto the mat. Shift forward. And extend both legs long down. So now we're in this little sphinxy pose here. Elbows are somewhat underneath the shoulders. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Lift the left foot, and like I'm pulling it from behind you, just drag it towards the back of the mat. Lift the right foot, and like I'm pulling your foot away from you, place it back down. Here we're trying to find a little bit more contact of that front hip pocket area onto the mat. Cool. Press the hands and the forearms into the mat. Even like this idea of an isometric drag of the elbows, like you could slide them into your front pockets, finding a little opening just under the collarbones. Big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. One more like that, a big inhale in. Exhale out the mouth. Cool. Come here. Move the arms out of the way, perhaps sending the elbows towards the long edges of the mat and stacking the palms on top of one another to rest your cheek or chin. Notice this prone position, this belly down. As the belly presses into the mat and the back of the heart puffs up towards the sky, opposite of how we started class today. And from here, bend into both knees and point the toes up towards the sky. Drop the feet over towards the right. Come back through center and to the left. Little windshield wipers here. Just going back and forth at your own pace. Bringing the knees back through center and place them back down onto the mat. The feet, at least. Half frog on the left side. So press the top of the right foot into the mat. Find a nice big bend into the left leg. And have the knee come out from the hip, the ankle come out from the knee. And just a moment here in this nice little reclined posture. Big inhale in. Long, slow exhale. Another big inhale in like that. A long, slow exhale. Inhale, bring the right leg to meet the left. Or the left leg to meet the right. Half frog on the other side. Press the top of the left foot into the mat. Big bend into the right knee. Let that right knee come out from the hip. The ankle come out from the knee. And breathe where you land. Big inhale in. Exhale. Big inhale in. Steady exhale. Inhale to bring the right leg to meet the left. Just having a moment here on the belly. When you're ready, slowly and gently, making your way onto your back body. Legs can be in any comfortable position, maybe constructive rest, with the feet at the long edges of the mat so the knees knock in. Or legs can just be simply feet under knees. Maybe the legs are out long, or even a little butterfly pose, little Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet to touch, and the knees splay open to the sides. Take right hand to belly, left hand to heart. And begin to invite in stillness once again. Taking any adjustments as you need to find this stillness. And then notice how you feel. How the body feels, the mind, the heart. And bring back that even breath that we did at the beginning of class, that Samavriti breath. A full inhale and exhale. To ease ourselves into Shavasana today, using a pranayama technique, 3-part inhale. And it'll go something like this. So you're already fully breathing all the way in, filling all the way up, and exhaling. The 3-part breath is simple. It's a 3-part inhale. So I'll say inhale to your belly, inhale into the ribs, inhale the rest of the way, so down here by the collarbones, or up here, and an exhale, long, full, steady. So inhaling 1/3 of the way, 2/3 of the way, all the way, and an exhale. To begin, we'll take a big, full, conscious breath in, filling up all the way. And an exhale out the mouth. One more like that. Big inhale in. Exhale through the nose. And here we go. Inhale to the belly. Inhale chest. Inhale upper chest. Exhale out the nose. Inhale belly. Inhale ribs. Inhale collarbones. Exhale nose. Inhale belly. Inhale chest. Inhale upper chest. Exhale nose. Inhale 1/3. Inhale 2/3. Inhale the rest of the way. Exhale. Inhale 1/3. Inhale 2/3. Fill all the way up. Exhale nose. Inhale 1/3. Inhale 2/3. Fill up the rest of the way. Exhale nose. This time, inhale 1/3. 2/3. All the way. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale 1/3. 2/3. All the way. Exhale mouth. Inhale 1. Inhale 2. Fill all the way up. Exhale mouth. 2 more. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Inhale 1, 2, 3. Exhale. Big full breath in. Full breath out. Lovely. Taking a moment here, returning back to that natural breath. And for Shavasana today, final rest. Find whatever position is comfortable for you, whether it's staying right where you are, maybe rolling on to your favorite side, or taking more of that traditional Shavasana shape with the palms facing up at the sides of the body, the legs long, and the toes kind of knocking over towards the sides. If you're in this traditional Shavasana shape, do a little scoopy of the shoulders underneath you to kind of prop the chest up a little bit more. And from here, returning to stillness, letting the breath be natural without changing it or controlling it. And allow yourself to retreat into your own inner landscape. This deep rest, this stillness. If the thoughts come into your mind, which they will, tell them, okay, no thanks. Let them pass on. Give yourself this moment of stillness. This moment of quiet. Feel free to close down the eyes if they aren't already. And you deserve this stillness. You deserve this rest. You deserve joy, and you deserve peace. And you can give that to yourself by taking that seat of the witness, of the observer, releasing attachments and control, and giving yourself space to just be. Now, my friends, stay here for as long as you like, and maybe 5 minutes more. Thank you so much for joining me today for this little yin practice. I am so grateful for you for taking the time for yourself to allow me to guide you through this. And please know that your breath in the present moment is always here for you to find some peace and some quiet to just be. Thank you, my friends, and I'll see you again real soon.